Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Stock with Khan, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about NIO again. I personally believe NIO is gonna be a monster of a company. That's why I'm covering it a lot, and I'm also gonna talk about AMC. I'm still highly bullish and with the Reddit rally against those short sellers, against those big hedge funds. So stick around because I think you are gonna like today's video as well. Welcome back. So let's get right into this short clip from Kevin O'Leary, what he's talking about in regard to this rally from those retail investors. And I think it's a really good point that he's bringing up. He's thinking that those hedge funds should be fearing that those short selling momentums that they once in a while give to certain companies and make a huge ton of money out of those poor hands people. And I personally think this is a really good point, so notice that.
And sell stocks. Well, the first thing you have to do, and I've done this, I've joined the Reddit crowd, I ride with the herd, I have a Robinhood account, I'm all over this. I'm looking at a plethora of communications, synchronized communications on this situation, unbelievably organized in a way I've never seen done before. So I'm watching, and I tell my own guys, do not short anything right now, because if you don't know where the herd's going next, you're behind the eight ball. So they're changing the behavior of the institutional investor, and the companies are taking advantage of it. I see nothing wrong with this.
There is nothing wrong with this. I think this is happening for good reasons. For years and years, those big hedge funds have been taking advantage out of those poor hands, out of those poor retail investors. And I personally think this is not over yet. And on Friday, the stock was down. After the market, the stock was down. Most likely, in my personal opinion, it was because people wanted to go into the weekend, taking their money back, most of those retail investors. But it's gonna, in my personal opinion, by the way, you should do your own research, and I'm not recommending to invest in AMC. I'm just telling you to hold if you are already an investor in AMC, but I'm not your financial advisor. So I'm personally doing that. I'm holding, and I might even buy in the pre-market on Monday even more, because I think it is just a beginning and the short squeeze haven't even started yet. So that was my point of view on AMC. I personally think that this rally, this momentum, or let's say this movement that those retail investors have started, the beginning of the short squeeze for AMC, GameStop, and EXPR and stocks like that, which have been short sold by those big hedge funds. I think this is a really good way of responding, so to say, battling it out against those hedge funds to really level up the field, so that they are not gonna play with those poor retail investors in the near future, or so to say in the future. The next thing I want to talk about is NIO. I personally have covered NIO multiple times in the past. I'm highly bullish on NIO. I personally believe that electric vehicle or electrification of cars in the future is going to be a really, really big deal, especially in China, because we all believe and know that China is going to dominate the world. Is one of the leading tech country right now. And right now, if you look at it, it's one of the leading electric vehicle production company. Tesla is selling 40% of their cars in China, so it's their biggest market. So NIO in this aspect is gonna for sure dominate, because it is highly backed up by Chinese government, and Chinese government is demanding 90% of their cars being electric vehicle cars by end of 2030, and 20% of their cars being EV cars by end of 2025. So a lot of expectations are there from NIO, and that's why they're doing everything to back that company so that it does well. And of course, they would love to see NIO flourishing in China rather than Tesla. And of course, they are also helping it establish in European countries as well as in the States. We already know NIO's car have been running around in Germany. They are working massively in Norway as well. So Scandinavian countries has also been taken over. And I think a lot of good things are happening for NIO. The other thing I want to talk about NIO is this article that was released on 1st of June, where there is an upgrade from the Citigroup regarding the giving NIO a buy from, I think they were giving it a hold rating, and now it's been turned into buy, because of which the stock has been up. So you can see here shares of Chinese electric vehicle maker NIO were trading higher on Tuesday after Wall Street analysts upgraded the stock despite a decline in monthly delivery. So by the way, NIO's May deliveries were slightly lower than expected. They had already hinted that they have chip shortage issues, just like with Tesla and Ford as well. Other electric vehicle car companies, they all have the chip issues at the time, but this will be taken care of. I personally believe in the future this will not be an issue. So it's an opportunity for us retail investors to really think and do our own research and really like invest on the long term in stocks like NIO. But let's go into in depth in this article. So here you can see that in a new note on Tuesday, Citi analyst Jeff Chung raised his bank's rating on NIO's shares to buy from neutral, while increasing Citi's price target for NIO to 58 from 57. It's not a big upgrade, but still the effect is there. It tells you that big banks' opinion does matter actually. Chung wrote that he now sees China sales of new energy vehicle, a category that includes electric vehicles and hybrid, rising more quickly than he had previously expected. He now expects Chinese consumers to buy 2.5 million new energy vehicles in 2021 and 7.84 million in 2025 versus the 1.79 million in 2021 and 6.86 million in 2025 he had previously forecast. So that's obviously a big, so to say, presumption. Let's hope this will be correct, which for sure will be. We know that the future belongs to electric vehicles. Either it's going to be NIO, Tesla, or Ford, or GM might take over, and that's why I'm highly distributed. I'm already kept my eyes on GM. Recently I invested in Ford as well. Tesla has been one of the biggest holdings. NIO is my biggest holding. I've been dollar cost averaging NIO when it dropped, every time it was dropping, and I still believe anytime NIO drops under 38, 37, it's a massive buy, and I'm still gonna buy when it drops back. In case it drops back, I don't think there is any turning back for NIO from this point onward. Let's read further this article. So here it's been said that Chung's bullishness about NIO's order backlog is a positive way to think about the production issues that NIO has faced in the last couple of months. NIO said in a statement on Tuesday morning that it delivered 6,711 vehicles in May, a decline of about 5.5% from April that was explained by a need to reduce production amid a global shortage of semiconductor chips. Actually, they are talking about, I mentioned that already. Further, that was no surprise, as NIO had warned auto investors in April that it expected chip-related production disruption in the second quarter. The good news there was some is that NIO reiterated its upbeat guidance for second quarter deliveries, as it expects to be able to make up some of the difference in June. The company still expects to deliver between 21 to 22,000 vehicles in the quarter, roughly doubling its year ago total. These are the little things that matter on the long run for a company. As long as the company, which is a growth company and is making, so to say, progress, you should never give up on a company like that, especially if the progress is towards the future. We know that the future is gonna be EV's future, and that's one solid proof for company like NIO that it's always increasing its production, its sales years over years, and that is really, really good for the company. That's why I think Charlie Munger was the one saying that you need to be right about one company to become rich. You don't need to be right about multiple. So if you're right about one company, then you can become wealthy and rich. It doesn't necessarily need to be like 10, 15, 20, like some of those YouTubers have been mentioning for years now. But please do your own research. I'm just giving you my own opinion. At the end, the article is ending with the note that given that NIO delivered 13,000 vehicles in April and May, that guidance implies deliveries between 7,817 and 8,817 in June, which would be an increase between 109 and 136% from June 2020, and a record month for the company. These are really, really good hints that have been indicated through those articles for months and months about NIO. The other opinion is also from the TipRank, the top analyst from Wall Street, which sees this stock as a stock of almost $60, 59.64 at this point, seeing an upside potential of 42% in this, and considering it a strong buy, with 7 indicating it as a buy and 1 indicating it as a hold. So that was my point of view, as well as the point of view from the Wall Street gurus overall, indicating there is a lot of so to say massive potential in NIO. I'm gonna be watching this stock from this point onward even more intensively, and every time it dips under 38, 37, I'm gonna be loading up on NIO. I also talked about AMC. I'm highly bullish on the rally, the momentum, the movement overall. I'm in for the movement. I'm not gonna sell my AMC shares. I'm gonna hold on to it even if it comes back to 1 or 0. I think this is gonna pop back. There is no turning back for AMC. This short squeeze, if it hasn't happened yet, if it tanks from this point onward, it's gonna come back. It has happened with GameStop over and over and over again. It's the same case with AMC. I think it's gonna surge and look for a new high even next week already. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.